of course, yes, the notes will have the meanings as well. But then, Google the meaning of it. Understand where are the situations where you can use the vocabulary. Maybe that is where you are failing with the other platform, right? Understand which are the, okay, if there is a particular vocabulary associated with sleep, understand where, to which categories. Please introduce yourself, and yeah, let's go about with the session. Please introduce yourself. I'm meeting you for the very first time, so tell me why you're here with English Yaari. What do you do? Are you a student? Are you working? Tell me all about you. Go for it.
Yeah, sure, ma'am, sure. My name is Ajni Verma. I'm from Sri Ganganagar, Rajasthan, which is located on the border of Punjab. And I have done my graduation in Korean language from JNU. And currently, I'm living in Jaipur and preparing for topic exam that is totally in Korean. And working on both the languages, on English and Korean simultaneously, and running a YouTube channel.
Right.
And on English Yaari, I just want to enhance my communication skill.
Awesome. Enhance your communication. Lovely. Great. So, Rajni, the topic that you've chosen is about sleep. I think, everybody loves to sleep. And yeah, so what are your thoughts about it? I'm not going to go much into, how I love to sleep because it's your podium, you're the actress here. So I want you to talk. Go for it. So, do you love sleep, or are you an early bird, night owl? Tell me about it.
As you, sorry, as you mentioned, everyone loves sleep. So I also, these days, much more than usual. I don't know why. But yeah, I prefer to get up early in the morning. But these days, I don't know, I get up around 7:30, 7, or sometimes 8. But I am, you can say I am an early bird because these days I'm waking up late, but usually I get up early.
Usually get up early. All right. So you're not a night owl. Are you not addicted to any kind of
No,
series? No.
no.
My
I
God. All right.
prefer to go early at around 10:30. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So what are the habits that you follow? So since you mentioned that you are an early bird, so what are the, do you have a set regular, routine that you follow in the morning?
Yeah, I not exactly. I used to follow this routine because during pandemic I was preparing for banking exams. So at that time I used to make to-do lists every day after waking up. Okay. But now I'm just, working on myself. I'm reading a lot of books. So I have a, fixed time for reading and for exercising, for meditation. And then in between, I take sessions on Skype with different subscribers, and then on English Yaari. So it is about me. So there is no kind of to-do list or something like that. I just prefer a particular time, like 2 hours or 1 hour for reading. And I planning to start writing also because some everyone suggests that writing also helps you in understanding better this language.
Absolutely.
That's why. Yeah.
Definitely. LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing together, have a balance of all of it. You're good to go. Probably in 4 or 5 months, you'll be a fluent, efficient speaker. Right. So, how many hours of sleep do you actually need?
There is a particular thing like I need sleep in even hours, like 4 hours, 6 hours, or 8 hours. If I get up after 7 hours, I feel sleepy and feel little bit burning in my eyes. But if I get after 6 hours, it's okay for me. I don't know why. I observed it for myself. Like whenever I get up after even hours, it's okay. But whenever I get like after 5 hours, after 7 hours, it's difficult for me.
Okay, this is pretty
Yeah.
new to me. This concept, I haven't like.
It's new for me also. I realized after, for a long period of time, like whenever I get 7, it's difficult for me. Whenever I get after 8 hours, it's easy for me. What is the reason? Then I got to know. Even, during pandemic, when I was preparing for banking exam, I used to wake up, I used to get sleep for 4 hours. So it was easy for me. Every single day, I used to take just for 4 hours sleep.
4 hours.
So
All
I
right.
guess even number.
Even numbers works.
Yeah.
All right, maybe. So don't you, 4 hours, do you think is it enough sleep for you? Or are you accustomed to sleeping just for 4 hours because of your examinations and, the things that you have to do for the rest of the day? Is just 4 hours enough for you? For me personally, when it comes to me, I cannot, I need like proper minimum of 6 hours of sleep,
Exactly.
otherwise the whole day is messed up for me. It is like totally messed up. So how do you go about, give me some tips, because I have a lot on my plate, and I'm trying to reduce my sleep time, but not happening. So give me some tips.
These days I'm also getting proper 6 hours sleep. And when I was doing this 4 hours routine, I used to take naps in between,
Mm,
like 20 minutes after 2 hours of class or 30 minutes after lunch, kind of. So
mm,
I think it helps somewhere when you get when you take small naps in
mm.
between. So
Okay.
they helped me a lot, and it was necessary, mandatory for me to follow a particular routine for this is banking exam is even not my cup of tea, so it was kind of mandatory for me at that time.
All right. So you just mentioned, the banking exam was not your cup of tea. But if at all, you're, again, out of compulsions, people have to choose certain things out of compulsion. But if at all, if you have to go with your passion, what would that be?
It's like as I have done my graduation in Korean language, so I want to become a language trainer.
All right. So you want to become a Korean language trainer. How many levels of Korean language have you completed? Are you done with everything, or are you in the process of learning the language?
I have done my graduation in Korean from JNU,
All right.
but these pandemic and during this I just switched everything and I was preparing for banking. And if you are learning a third language and
Hmm.
if you lose the touch with this for 2 years long period, then you can feel the lack of this fluency in writing, speaking, or I started forgetting words also. So now I'm working on English and Korean simultaneously.
Simultaneously. All right. Definitely. When you have to teach Korean, obviously, not you got to be efficiently communicating in English to at least make the students understand the language of Korean. है ना? Right. Lovely. So, have you ever suffered from insomnia?
No, no,
No.
no, not no.
Okay, so are you a light sleeper or a heavy sleeper? So like when you go to sleep, like bang, you're like off. Even if anybody tries to disturb me, I'll not wake up. So are you like a light sleeper or a heavy sleeper?
Uh, it depends. Sometimes, when I sleep sound sleep. I get sound sleep, but sometimes, yeah, I have been living outside since 2008, like
Mm,
since my sixth standard.
right,
So when I was in Navodaya, so at that time there was a particular fixed routine we
mm,
have to follow there.
right.
So we used to wake up at 5 a.m. early in the morning. So somewhere it is in me, like around 3, sometimes around 4, I get up and then I go back
Back to sleep.
again to bed.
Go
And
back to
yeah,
sleep. Huh.
so sometimes is there any noise, so I get up easily, I guess.
All
But
right.
I take sound sleep.
You have a heavy sleep. All right. No. So do you have nap in between, like, maybe when you're watching TV, or I'm not sure if you have the time to watch TV because you have so much on your plate. I'm not sure if you can, if you do anything for entertainment purposes, but in case if you're watching TV or if you're watching a movie, do you have a nap in between? Do you just slumber in between? Or you're like fixed
Yeah.
on to watching, yeah. Are you a very
No,
serious
no, no.
person? In other words, I'm asking you, are you a very serious person? Yeah.
I don't enjoy watching dramas, series, but I do watch because I want to learn, while watching or while, listening.
Mm.
So I watch English series on Netflix, but because I'm not fond of watching these, it's just for purpose, learning purpose, yeah. So in between, sometimes I feel sleepy. So I'm the person who, whenever I feel sleepy, I just sleep,
All right.
switch it off everything, whatever it is. Even people, there are people who always complain like we cannot control. It is very interesting and we have to watch and all. I can do this. I sleep instantly when
Instantly.
I
So
feel.
basically, you're trying to tell me you watch Netflix just for learning the language and not because
Yeah.
of the series. All right, got it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Hmm.
do you ever dream or do you have dreams while you're sleeping? Since you mentioned that you have a sound sleep, do you ever have dreams, weird dreams, fancy dreams? Talk to me. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. I get sound sleep, but after just before waking up, early in the morning we get sometimes weird dreams. So these days, like yesterday night, I got a dream related to fiction. Not
Mm-hmm.
fiction, it's science fiction kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Because these days I'm reading books and The Secret and The Power of Subconscious Mind, and then I'm watching Stranger Things. So I don't know what are the
So it is
things
a combination
happening.
of everything.
Combination, yeah. So it was
Yeah.
kind of weird. Yeah, and even the day before yesterday I got the same dream related to
Mm.
Stranger Things, and I get up around 2 a.m. So it was kind of scary also at that time. Then I switched on my light and then I sleep again.
So it's
Slept
like
again, yeah.
basically aliens trying to attack your dreams, having a combination of all these, the power of subconscious mind, watching Stranger Things. Okay, got it.
Hmm.
All right. So, do you walk in your sleep? No.
No, I don't walk. I don't, speak while sleeping. I don't, what we can call snore,
Uh-huh. Snore.
snoring.
Yeah. Snore. Yeah.
No,
You
I
don't do
don't.
that.
These,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, all right, lovely. So I'm going to stop with this question of asking you about sleep. I'm just curious to know, 2 or 3 personal questions. We've got about 5 more minutes left. So 2 or 3 personal questions. So you mentioned that you have a YouTube channel and you take sessions for students. So can you tell me a little bit about what you do? So yeah.
Usually, this is our main problem. Like we can learn English from anywhere. There are a lot of tutors on YouTube. There are a lot of applications, and even we start this learning this language since childhood. So we
Mm.
know grammar patterns. But when it comes to speak, when it comes to use these
Speaking.
grammar patterns and words, at that time we don't get why when we practice with ourselves, we
Mm.
don't get exact topic
Right.
where we can talk, like on which topic we can talk, and then we have the problem like we don't have environment, we don't have friends
Mm.
to practice with. And if we start speaking in front of our own friends, okay, so they start laughing at us, like suddenly you are becoming a grade and all that. Okay,
I've been
and
through that, yes.
yeah, so it is somewhere difficult for
Mm.
every Indian, I guess. So I just post videos and people, my subscribers mail me, and I provide this environment to talk with me for 20 minutes. So like this I do, and I provide topic, particularly topics, sometimes words, kind of, yeah,
All right, awesome. So I'm
just
going
to
to
give
stop.
a. Mhm.
Right, lovely, Rajni. So I'm going to stop right here and I'll give you a few feedback that I noticed in this 20. Is it okay if I give you, because since you're posting it in your
Yeah,
YouTube channel?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
It will help me.
Yeah, all right. So number one, which I noticed, the pronunciation, all right? So the pronunciation of words, yes and yes H words, you're, there is a trouble, usual,
Mhm.
all right?
Yeah.
Usual. And also pronunciation of environment. That is like a little bit, it's kind of confusing to even the native speakers. It's environment, all right?
Environment. Okay.
Environment, Environment, environment. You pronounce that as environment, not environment or environment. Okay, it's environment.
Okay.
So you got to
Environment.
tongue around, right? So that's, yeah, I know English is definitely a funny language, but you don't have a choice. You got to have that.
Yeah.
And a lot of fillers were used, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of Hindi fillers were used. Okay, so maybe if at all you get an opportunity to have a session with me in the next class, when you tend to use the fillers, I'm going to raise my hand so that you're using the fillers like and the all right,
Okay.
also, like. So all these are filler words, and these words we use because we are not confident about what we are saying. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I'm sure you will be getting the notes when you register for, for a particular session. Go through those notes. Maybe if you want to research a little bit, 5 minutes, best 5 minutes, not more than that. But at the end of the day, it is not about talking facts. You don't have to talk about facts. A survey says, 8 hours of sleep is necessary. No, facts is not important here at all. It is your communication. We're going to build on your conversation, right? Speaking the language, basic, with simple sentences, but at the same time, using the right pronunciation, the right grammatical skills are very necessary. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
step by step, we can move into the complex language using phrases and idioms, so on and so forth. But let's start with basic. Be comfortable with talking the language fluently without using fillers, without using the Hindi fillers or whatever, the mother tongue fillers and words like, also, because, as, and ums, all these are fillers. So you tend to be using that a lot in your, in your speaking skill. So work on that. Maybe I'm not sure if has anybody told that, but yeah, I noticed a lot of that.
You know, I observed it for myself. Like, okay, I'm doing this. I was taking sessions on
Mm.
clapping. Oh, then after my subscription has ended, after that I realized like I'm going down or I'm stuck somewhere or something happening to me. That is, it's still somewhere I'm using normal words, normal English. So yeah, I felt it. Yeah.
And yes, and one more thing, when you get the notes, you will have vocabulary section, right? Specific to that. Now, English dictionary has about 274,000 words. We will not be able to learn everything. So how do we, where it is like, you cannot learn the vocabulary A to Z in the language, definitely. So it'll be easy when you take certain themes or when you work on the basis of categories. All right. So today, I am learning about sleep. So let me learn the vocabulary related to sleep. So understand the vocabulary. Maybe, you can Google your own meaning. Of course, yes, the notes will have the meanings as well. But then, Google the meaning of it. Understand where are the situations where you can use the vocabulary. Maybe that is where you are failing with the other platform, right? Understand which are the, okay, if there is a particular vocabulary associated with sleep, understand where, to which categories those words can be used. So basically try to relate, mix and match. Kurta pajama, it's like, like mixing and matching your words, but with the right grammatical skills, try to make sentences in your mind. Of course, yes, we have friends, laughing friends everywhere. I have been through that, especially when I started learning the language. So try to make sentences in your head. Forget about the grammatical part of it. English is not just about grammar, but understanding the vocabulary, understanding the language. Step by step, let's get into the language. You have a beautiful, not much of grammatical mistakes you're making, right? You have problem with your pronunciation, you have problem with the usage of your vocabulary. So understand the meaning of the vocabulary and use the right word in the right sentences. So that would be, I don't want to bombard you with, so many things. Of course, yes, we are going to, see each other more often in many sessions. So step by step, maybe work one step at a time. English cannot definitely be learned overnight, but you are doing a fantastic job. So I would definitely say you are in the intermediate level. You're not a beginner level. You talk very well. You have beautiful content. The way you express, try to work on that. Okay?
Okay.
So
Okay.
for now,
Thank you
yeah, I
so
don't
much,
want.
ma'am.
No worries, Rajni. So hoping to see you very soon. And yeah, and next time when you make fillers, I'm going to raise my hand. So make sure that so that way it gets registered in your mind. And
Yeah.
let's try to learn the language. Okay?
Yeah, I wanted this, like, who gonna be help me in this feel like I'm facing this problem. Yeah, I know that. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajni. It was lovely meeting you, and you have a good day ahead. Yeah. Bye, Rajni. Thank you. And I'll make sure,
Bye bye.
yeah, Vikas sir sends the recording to you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye. Have a nice day.
You too. Bye bye.